हेलो एवरीवन, आप सभी का स्वागत है आपके अपने यूट्यूब चैनल एजुकेशन ट्रिप पर, जिसमें आज हम पढ़ रहे हैं सब्जेक्ट पॉलिटिकल साइंस का एक इम्पॉर्टेंट टॉपिक जिसका नाम है हाई कोर्ट। तो हाई कोर्ट, द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन प्रोवाइड्स फॉर अ हाई कोर्ट फॉर एवरी स्टेट। However, the parliament can provide for one high court for two or more states. The parliament can provide for a separate high court for a union territory or include a union territory in the jurisdiction of a high court of a state. Each high court has a chief justice and several judges whose number is decided by the parliament. The state governor is consulted in their appointment. In the appointment of other judges, Chief Justice of the High Court is also consulted. The judges hold office up to the age of 62. The salaries and allowances of the judges, once fixed, cannot be changed to their disadvantage except in financial emergency. Their salaries are charged to the Consolidated Fund of India. The government can appoint additional and acting judges if required. The president has the powers to transfer a judge from one high court to the other. This provision in the constitution was made to ensure impartiality and unbiasedness by the judges. However, these transfers cannot be used as punishments. Effective consultation with the Chief Justice of Supreme Court is essential before ordering the transfer. Next, qualification of the judge of a high court. He must be a citizen of India. He must have held a judicial office in India or must have practiced as an advocate of high court for at least 10 years. A high court judge can resign before the retirement age of 62 years or can be promoted to Supreme Court. He can also be removed from his office by the President on an address presented to him by the Parliament after having passed it in each house by a majority of its total membership, as well as by two-thirds of those present and voting. The only ground on which such an address can be passed by the Parliament is either proven misbehavior or incapacity. Jurisdiction. Ordinarily, the jurisdiction of a high court of a state or of a union territory is coterminous with the territorial limits of that state or union territory. However, the Parliament has powers to extend the jurisdiction of one high court to an adjoining state or union territory. Usually, high courts are courts of appeal and their areas of original jurisdiction is limited. In the presidency towns of Kolkata, Mumbai, and Chennai, high courts had some original jurisdiction. They could hear the cases involving Christians and Parsis. After the independence, also, these high courts have retained these powers. Cases involving marriage laws, divorce, inheritance, or contempt of high court can be directly taken to the high court. Otherwise, high courts have wide powers in appeal cases. In the criminal cases, an appeal against the session court judgment can be made in a high court. In civil cases, an appeal can go to the high court if the amount involved in the case exceeds the limits. In the economic offences, appeals against tribunal can be made in the high courts. High courts have power to issue writs for the enforcement of fundamental rights and other purposes. High courts have the power to transfer cases either to themselves or from one court to another. If a case involves interpretation of constitution, High Court can transfer the case to itself. High Court act as a court of record. Its decisions are published and can be referred to. It can sentence anyone for the contempt of court. High courts have superintendence over all courts and tribunals throughout the territories in relation to which it exercises jurisdiction except military courts. This is a wide power because it includes all courts or tribunals whether an appeal against its decision lies to the High Court or not. High courts can intervene and revise the decisions where it feels gross injustice or non exercise or abuse of jurisdiction. High courts have administrative control over the subordinate judiciary in the state, which includes district judges, judges of city civil courts, as well as metropolitan magistrates and members of the judicial service of the state. This control is exercised in the manner of appointments, posting, promotion, and administrative controls. They can make and issue general rules and prescribe forms for regulating the practice and proceedings of lower courts. They can transfer case from the court to the other. नेक्स्ट इज स्टेट गवर्नमेंट. स्टेट गवर्नमेंट में सबसे पहले आता है गवर्नर. द गवर्नर. द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन provides for a governor as the head of the executive at the state level. But for a long time, the institutional functioning was determined by one party dominant system. A major change occurred after the fourth general election in 1967. In a number of states, the party in power was different from that of the Union. There occurred fragmentation of political parties and emergence of new regional parties. Unpredictable realignment of political parties and groups looks place for the purpose of forming government. The governors were called upon to exercise their discretionary powers more frequently. The manner in which they exercised those functions direct impact on union-state relations. The state executive consists of a governor with a council of ministers with chief minister at its head. It means state executive is a combination of governor, council of ministers and chief minister. Next is the powers of the governor. What are the powers of the governor of a state? तो नंबर 1 एग्जीक्यूटिव पावर. तो सबसे पहले पावर्स ऑफ द गवर्नर में हम देखेंगे गवर्नर की एग्जीक्यूटिव पावर. ऑल द एग्जीक्यूटिव फंक्शंस in the state are carried on in the name of the governor. He appoints the chief minister and on his advice appoints other ministers and distribute portfolios among them. Okay. Number 1, he appoints the chief minister, and on the advice of the governor, other ministers also appoints and distribute portfolios among the ministers. He also appoints Advocate General, Chairman, and members of the State Public Service Commission. State Public Service Commission members is also appointed by the governor of the state. Members of the State Public Service Commission cannot be removed by him. It means the appointment of the member of State Public Service Commission in the hand of the governor, but removal is not in the hand of the governor. It means the appointment is done by the governor, but governor cannot be removed him. They can be removed only by the president on the report of Supreme Court. Members of the State Public Service Commission can be removed only by the president, और प्रेसिडेंट पर भी सुप्रीम कोर्ट की रिपोर्ट होनी चाहिए. On reference made by the president, he is entitled to be consulted by the president. It means the consultation with the president is occur by the state governor, but not the removal is in the hand. He is entitled to be consulted by the president in the matter of appointment of judges of state high court. He can nominate one member of Anglo-Indian community to legislative assembly. This is given in Article 333. Article 333. What is this? He can nominate one member of Anglo-Indian community to legislative assembly. He can nominate 1/6 part of total members of the legislative council. It means the appointmentation या nomination is in the hand of the governor of 1/6 part of the total members of the legislative council. In the states of Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, it is the special responsibility of the governor to see that a minister is placed in the charge of tribal welfare. In Assam, the governor is given certain special powers with respect to the administration of the tribal areas provided in the 6th schedule of the constitution. In fact, all executive actions of the governor are taken in his name. All the executive actions are taken on his name. That's why these are the executive power of the governor. Executive power of the governor. Next is legislative power. Legislative power of the governor. Legislative power of a governor. Governor is an integral part of the state legislature. Governor of the state enjoys extensive legislative powers. He summons either or both houses of the state legislature to meet at a time and at a place as he thinks fit. The only condition is that 6 months shall not intervene between its last sitting in the one session and the date appointed for its first sitting in the next session. He may prorogue either house or dissolve the legislative assembly. He may address either house and may send messages to it. It is provided that the houses to which he send message will consider any matter required by the message to be taken into consideration. The governor addresses the house or the houses on the commencement of the first session after general election and at the commencement of the first session on each year. When a bill has been passed by a house or houses, it must be presented to the governor. The governor shall declare that he assents to it, or that he withholds his assent, or that he reserves the bill for the consideration of the president. The governor may return a non money bill with a message for reconsideration. He may suggest amendments. The House or Houses must consider his suggestions without delay. If the bill is passed again by the House or Houses without amendment, he cannot withhold his assent. These are the legislative power of a governor. Legislative power of the governor. Next is judicial power of the governor. C point is judicial. Judicial power of the governor, and this power is given by the Constitution, Article number 161. Article number 161 empowers governor to grant pardons, reprieves, respites, or remission of punishment, or to suspend or commute the sentence of death to any person convicted of any offense against which executive power of the state extends. He has no power to pardon in case of defense of death, but has a power to suspend, remit a sentence of death. He is entitled to be consulted by the president in the appointment of judges of the state high court. Next power is emergency. In the case of emergency power. C.D. Emergency. Emergency. Governor has the power to make a report to the president whenever he is satisfied that a situation has arisen in which government of the state cannot be carried on in accordance with the provisions of the state constitution. But this power has often been misused, as Rajiv Dhawan has indicated. Next is financial power. Next is E point, financial power. Financial power. He causes the annual financial statement to be laid before a state legislature and recommends for introducing money bill. No demand for grants can be made except on the recommendation of the governor. No demand for grants can be made except on the recommendation of the governor. Next is ordinance making power. The governor can promulgate ordinance only when houses are not in the session. It is not a discretionary power. Ordinance cease to have effect at the expiry of 6 weeks from the date of reassembly, unless disapproved earlier. He himself is competent to withdraw the ordinance at any time. Ordinance making power is co-extensive with legislative power of the state legislature. If the provisions of the ordinance are repugnant with a union law relating a concurrent subject, the governor's ordinance will prevail, notwithstanding repugnancy, if the ordinance had been made in pursuance of the instruction of the president. थैंक यू।